the introduction, and thanks for hanging out with me and your patience. I know I can be all over the place and rant, however, there it is. So welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm the first one up there. So for those of you on my other social media platforms and you want to see the cards, picture in picture will allow you to see the spread as we go. So as I talk about them and I forget to hold them up, you can take a look and see. So let me just double check my sound. Okay, because Mercury retrograde likes to play with me. I posted 3 videos. Good thing I did them on here congruently. Oh, 4 of Cups. Happy birthday, Dawn. I love you. We have the Magician card, the King of Coins, 4 of Cups, 2 of Swords. So there's a lot of decisions going on for Cancer as well. We have the 2 of Swords, which is indecision. So we have a little scale here that's kind of like weighing your options. I go one way or the other. I'm deeply curious to see what your decisions look like as far as that. But King of Coins is telling me that you're really mastering, you know, you're doing fine with your money in better ways than you thought you would. We have the Magician. So a lot of ways, Cancerians are feeling as if they have to perform. They have to be on deck. They have to be the person doing the thing that's supposed to be getting done. You know, Harry. So it's not about getting the money together. It's about what we're going to do with our resources when we have them, right? Rather than being in restrictive. Hi, Miguel. How's the family? Queen of Wands. So this is you taking on some new projects. So where are you feeling the heat, Cancer? I'm seeing the 3 of Wands, which is what I was talking about with Pisces, or I'm sorry, Gemini, about feeling backed into a corner. And I was referencing not exactly feeling as if you're being criticized. This is the feeling of being criticized. So unlike Gemini, you're feeling as if you have people criticizing you and picking apart your behaviors. You're not liking that much, but the heat is on. You're definitely feeling as if you're on the hot seat. King of Cups, feeling as if your emotions are involved in every decision that you make, Cancer. 4 of Swords, there's deadlines and, you know, literally deadlines. There's shit you got to sign by certain time periods and whatever, and you're feeling as if that pressure is on. So we do see the 8 of Cups. Things are moving quicker than you expected them to. You're loving the journey. You are seeing the 6 of Swords in your reading. This tells us that things are about to get easier. So when that happens, typically it's like, you know, a big tornado can come in and it can ripshod through your house. Hi, Kevin. So it can ripshod through your shit, but, you know, once the storm breaks, it's over. I mean, at least we can say that regardless of what's been going on. Now, you don't have the Tower card in this moment. I'm not seeing the Tower card. It doesn't mean to say that we don't have that in our relationship sector. But I'm not saying over, Dawn. So like the whole, I don't want to do this whole thing, but you're desperately seeking a sense of permanence at this point. Queen of Swords, walking away from situations that aren't serving you. Page of Coins, which is making the decision that you're thinking about here. So this card is all about, the 5 of Coins is about what you're going to do with your money. And this is making that decision. And it's also, how are you going to get your money to do the thing that you want it to do? So if you're buying a house, the money is in the way of the house. Whereas over here, the money, what house are we going to buy? What are we going to do with it? So having the money, deciding what we're going to do. And over here, this is about making the money get us where we want us to go. That's pretty much it. Your general spread is pretty simple. I don't want to pick it apart too much because it feels really good. It's very uncomplicated and very simple. Right now, we could all do with a little bit of simple, Cancer. So let's move on because I'm feeling like the other cards for the relationship and Cancer Moon is going to look a little bit differently for you. So Cancer Moon, I am going to do a reading for your Cancer, how you think, how you feel, how you go get things with the Mystic Dreamer deck, okay? It's not something I can do a one-on-one. Hi, Bailey! This isn't something I can do a personal relationship reading because you got to do that kind of separately and on an independent basis. So book your one-on-one with me, karmaondeck.com. For those of you on my other social media platforms, come on to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. Tell me where you are in the world and tell me how you feel your reading went. But come on to YouTube so you can see the cards in place. All right, here we go. So 6 of Pentacles, coming from Charity. Knight of Cups, emotional and reactive. 10 of Wands, taking on the burden. 4 of Cups, I can't enjoy the things in front of me because I want them to go back the way they used to be. And then the Page of Pentacles, small expenditures. So be careful if you're not doing any impulse buying. I see the Death card for you too. I feel like this is kind of an energetic thing. There's a rebirth because you guys in Gemini were both having that one as well as the 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Cancer's playing with regret. Thinking about like, I can't have this one thing, I want this one thing, not quite sure, right? We have the 7 of Wands, which tells me you're a little bit backed into a corner and feeling defensive. Warranted. There's so many moods out there right now. We also have the Judgment card. I would say two things. Be cautious of judgment. You also have the Magician card. I will say this. The Magician card is telling you that it's time for you to take leadership. It's time for you to shine, time for you to do things a little bit bigger. We do have the Ace of Cups, which is love and its fullness. So you don't really want anything unless it's the big thing. We have the Queen of Cups, the King of Cups, and also the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords tells me, I don't know why I'm talking so fast, probably because there's noise in the house and I want you guys to hear this. So the Queen of Swords is all about decision making. So I once had a reader tell me the Queen of Swords was a woman of her own mind. And I said, no, that's my bitch card. You all know. We all know when we pull the bitch card. I mean, when we bitch slap someone or when we say the hard thing or we make that big decision, it's the thing. We got to say the thing here. We have the Death card, which is deep and shifting change. And we also have the Three of Wands. Like right here, we have the Three of Pentacles for some reason, which usually is about being on the internet. So maybe you're spending too much time on social media. Maybe you're obsessing about a lover. Maybe you are doing research. Maybe you're spending too much time diving into the matrix and seeing what bullshit people are pulling with one another and what people have to say. But I'm definitely seeing the Three of Pentacles, and that's like watching. Either you feel like you're being watched or you're watching others. But that's playing a role in there. But we have the Queen of Cups and the Magician card, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Cups. So there's a lot of emotions that are going on with Cancer. So Cancer is definitely feeling as if everything that they do right now is an emotional decision, has an emotional affect. The Nine of Pentacles tells me there's celebration that's going on, but there's just like a bitter taste in your mouth. What is it with you, Cancer, that you can't enjoy what's going on? Remember, in order to receive more abundance, you have to be grateful for what you do have. So I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients. And give you your little message, Cancer. Thank you for hanging out with me. I wanted to knock these out. It's been a pretty heavy day. I felt a lot more motivated today on the 25th as Venus goes direct from, I heard from Nam. He was talking about Venus going. All right, you ready? Cancer's card. Foresight. So what Cancer's looking for, and I know a couple of you Cancers are really wanting the reading right now because you're deeply craving a little foresight. Oh, and wait for things to present themselves how they're supposed to. Because it's saying that there's not a whole lot of information to be had out there, but the tea leaves is foresight. So trust your intuition, foresight before you make your moves, whatever those look like. Because the tea leaves are like, there's that thing that you need to have before you can make a decision, the comforting thing, the sign. So if you don't get a reading and you don't go to an astrology chart, do a little meditation and make sure that the decisions that you're making next sit well with you. Your intuitive and subconscious mind will speak to you if you give yourself the opportunity to get in that quiet space to hear what you need, what you have to say. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, love and light. Let me know how you feel your reading went. Like, subscribe, and share. And remember, the answer to every question is love. Find a way to insert that into every equation and you can't go wrong. I love you guys. That's it for tonight. I was going to do Leo, but we're going to come back tomorrow, do Leo and Virgo, maybe do a breakout conversation. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Hey, Zena, love you too. Hi, Jewel. So catch you guys on the flip side. Like I said, tomorrow is Leo and Virgo. Much